Hi, Even, are you on right now? Roller coaster ride, hands up in the sky, take you on a ride, love to feel the high. We can start again, laughing to the end, screaming at the top, hope it never stops. We could do it all over, thrill is bringing us closer, superstar, you're like Nova. Oh, so incredible one time, gotta let it go tonight, wanna know what it feels like, yeah. We going up, we take it down, let's spice it up, baby, right here and now. Hey, nothing could be better, so high up in the clouds, let's make it last forever. Can't nothing bring us down. Roller coaster ride, hands up in the sky, take you for a ride, love to feel the high. We can start again, laughing to the end, screaming at the top, hope it never stops. We can do it all over, twin is bringing us closer, superstar, you're like Nova. Oh, so incredible one time, gotta let it go tonight, wanna know what it feels like, yeah. We going up, baby, we take it down, oh, oh. Let's spice it up, baby, right here and now. Hey, nothing could be better, so high up in the clouds, let's make it last forever. Can't nothing bring us down. Roller coaster ride, roller coaster ride. can feel the heat is rising, and that beat is hypnotizing. Oh, no, we run the show. Let's get loud, come on, lose control. Got to live or we get too old. Come on, shine, shine a little tonight. Let's get louder, come on, lose control. Ain't no limit while we go for gold. We can shine, shine a little tonight. Shine a little tonight.
What's going on? Hey everybody in the AI Advantage Club. What's going on, Robin? I see you, Linda, Troy, Beth, Karen. I know we're in multiple rooms, multiple Zoom rooms. I think we got 7 or 8 Zoom rooms. We got so many awesome people here today. I am so excited. I wanted to personally, Igor's here today, but I wanted to personally jump in and make this introduction today because it's personal to me. And before we get to that, I just want to spend about 5 quick minutes. First off, I want to say, congratulations. You guys are crushing the community, the feedback in the community, the breakthroughs in the community. Remember, here's one great thing about community. When you see regular people just like you, the person in the box next to you, took the uncomfortable action, had saved 2 hours, saved 5 hours, did something faster. There's 2 things your brain can do. One can go, damn, she did it, I can do this. And then the other part of your brain goes, they must be better with tech, they must be younger, they must be, and you make excuses. Here's what I'd say. What's great about a community, especially the AI Advantage Club, not only all the education, not only the trainings like you're gonna get right now, and the new trainings being added every week, and hack of the week, and all that is great, but also the social proof, knowing you're not alone on this journey. Because this is a transformation. The world is changing. Can we all agree on that? There's no stopping it. And it's going way faster than any of us imagined. That's just a fact. But we're here together, collectively. So I'm so excited to have you here. Also, I want you to write down this URL, AIAdvantageStory.com. AIAdvantageStory.com. Maybe you saw the email that went out. We just sent that email out 2 days ago. We already have over 400 videos. We would love, if you have a breakthrough, if you take action, if something saves you time or allows you to go faster, go to AIAdvantageStory.com and submit it. Share a video to help inspire. We'll post it throughout the community. We'll post it and let the world see so we can inspire others. And we're doing some pretty cool giveaways and stuff, and you could see it there. Don't go now, because we got too good of a training that's coming up. I just wanted to give you that URL. You know, today, you're going to be learning from somebody who's not just incredibly cool, but it's going to, and not will only be a cool experience, but it's going to take some focus and effort. And remember, like I always say, if you're learning something that seems, I've already done something like this, learn from someone who's obsessed with it, and you'll be able to fine tune it. If you say, wow, that's the next step, great, you get to see where you're going. Listen, we have over 50,000 people in this community, and we try to do trainings that go right down the middle. Sometimes you might not feel it's exactly you, but 99% of you, this is for you. We're going to do some hot seats today, so make sure your camera is on and you're ready. No distractions, and get ready for something spectacular. And now, I said I'd do this under 5 minutes. Today, you're going to learn from my dear friend, Eben Pagan. And a lot of times people say, dear friend, because they met somebody 3 times. I met this man over 20 plus years ago, probably 22 years ago. And he's been in my life ever since. Is he my best friend? Do I know his anniversary date? Yeah, actually I do. But besides that, we talk every year. We talk several times a year. We get to hook up. We get to do great things. We love his wife. My wife loves him and his wife so much. We model. They're so good at relationships. They're so good at so many things. But Eben has been in the space of being one step ahead of where the world's going, I think, well over 25 years, I'm guessing. And the cool part, he's built multi-million-dollar businesses. He's sold a business. He's leveraging and teaching people AI right now because he's such a forward-paced thinker. I could go on and on. But today he's going to show you how to amplify your message, your offers, and your income. He's going to show you how to, well, I'm going to leave it and let him share. But I just want to say you are in good hands with one of my dearest friends, Eben Pagan. Can we please give him a huge AI Advantage welcome?
Hey, everyone. Thank you,
What's
Dean.
up, Eben?
Thanks, buddy. Great to see you, man.
I appreciate you. Thank you. And I'm just going to sit here and watch. Thanks.
All right, awesome. All right. All right, well, welcome, AI Advantage seekers. It's great to see you. Thanks for having your camera on. Love to see you guys. I got you all up here on my screen. Yeah. Hey, Karina. Hey, Donna. Hey, Lucas. Hey, oh my gosh. Hey, everyone. It's great to see you. Can I ask everybody a question? Who here is really geeking out on this AI stuff? Who's using it, at least once a day nowadays? Who's using it? Well, yeah, okay, most of us. Who kind of uses it all day? It's almost like you got it plugged in now, right? Into the brain. Yeah, a few of us. Okay. Well, I just kind of wanted to get a level here because today what we're going to be learning about is how to create a beautiful social media presentation, okay? And much more. I want to give you something practical, and if you follow along today and you prompt along with us, I'm going to give you a prompt and we're going to actually do it live today. You can leave with a beautiful presentation that you can use to make a post today if you want, okay? And if you want to teach an online class or create a presentation or make a workshop or a webinar, this will really help you because it'll apply directly. Question here, just so I can get a kind of temperature, who would like to create an online class or a workshop or teach a program at some point? Wave your hand. Okay, so that's most of us. Great. All right. So first, I'm going to explain the principles for creating a great presentation, and then I'll teach you what I've learned a bit about prompting and getting what you want from generative AI, and then we're going to put it all together, and I'm going to show you how to use a couple of platforms. We'll use ChatGPT and another platform that I think you're going to love. So first, let's dive in, and let's talk about making presentations or shares that get people to pay attention and then take action, because that's what we're talking about right now, okay? And I'll tell you something, there are two skills that you want to master right now, okay? There are two skills you want to master if you want to succeed in the world that we live in and the world that's coming. One of them is attention and the other one is action, okay? One is attention and the other is action. Does anybody know how many hours of video are uploaded every day to YouTube and the social media sites? Anybody know off the top of your head in the chat? Anybody know? Yeah, a ton. That's right. 1 metric ton. So there's something like 1 million hours of video that's being uploaded every day right now. Guess how long it would take you to watch today's video if you started watching right now? Over 100 years. Okay. So that's what's going on, right? It's a war for attention right now, all right? So we need to master getting attention, but the other thing we need to master is action, getting people to do something, right? Because if you just get attention, but then they don't take action, what are you left with, right? Nothing. So what do you do then between attention and action? Okay, what do you do between getting someone's attention and getting them to take action? Well, I'm going to get out a really sophisticated piece of technology here, my whiteboard. Okay, since we're talking about AI, we might as well use futuristic stuff. All right, so we got attention. And we got action. All right, well, there are two things that we need to do to get someone from attention to action. Does anybody know what those two things are? All right, well, it's a formula that's about 100 years old, if you can believe this, but it's still just as powerful today as it was then, right? The second thing we want to do is interest. And the third thing we want to do is desire. It's the AIDA formula: attention, interest, desire, action. By the way, this was created 100 years ago. Most people don't realize this, by a guy named Elias St. Elmo Lewis, which I just think is the coolest name. Okay, so Elias St. Elmo Lewis figured out that this is the game. Get the attention, Okay, build the interest, increase the desire, and then get them to take action. This is it. Okay, if you're making a video, whatever it's about and whoever it's for, I want you to keep this formula in mind. And I want you to just use this simple little outline, right? This little mental model to make your videos. It's going to make the quality of them better. People are going to love you more. They're going to pay more attention, whether you're making them for friends and you're just putting up recipes or how to teach your dog, or whether you're creating a business presentation. Follow this. It's going to get you to the right place and get your audience to the right place. Okay, so we start with attention, right? Wrong. It's actually a mistake to start with attention when you're creating your social media post. Why is that? Well, obviously attention is important and we're going to get to it. You know, it's a key part of the formula. But success in life is not just about getting people to take attention. It's about getting them to do something. Okay, that's the thing. Who here would love it if more people did what you asked them to do? Anyone? Oh, actually, it turns out everyone. I see Linda waving both hands. Okay, yeah, gotcha. All right, but seriously, who would really, really like it if people just did what you asked them to do? All right? Okay, so that's the end of the formula. That's the action. So it turns out we need to do as Stephen Covey said, we need to begin with the end in mind, and we need to start with the action. Okay, so let's get good at that piece. All right, so all right, we're setting out to create a social media post, we're making a video, maybe we're designing a workshop, all right? And we want to start by asking the question, what do I want them to do at the end? Okay, what is the action that I want them to take? Okay, what's the action step? So let's say, for example, let's say you're going to make a video or a post about how to make a green shake for breakfast in the morning. Okay, let's say you got a great green shake recipe and you want to teach people how to do it. Okay, do you want everyone to just watch your video and say, wow, that was really entertaining? Right? Do you want them to just think that it sounds delicious? Like, oh, wow, do you want them to just think that you're cool? No, you want them to go make a green shake and then drink it and then feel great, right? That's what you actually want, right? That's how you know that it worked. That's the action. So again, when we start out to create our post or our video, let's begin with the end in mind and ask ourselves, what action do we want our viewer to take? Then this winds up going back and shaping everything else, okay? When we start here with the action and we know the action that we want them to take, it changes how we get their attention. It changes what we say at the beginning and who we say it to. Very, very big. I've been teaching marketing for 25 years. Most people, even most marketers, don't even really understand this. So let's remember that. Okay. So I said it goes back to the beginning and it impacts even whose attention we get, right? So whose attention do we want in the first place? Do we want everyone's attention? Right? Do you want everyone's attention in the world? Will it make you successful if everyone pays attention to you? I mean, I guess you could do something if you had everyone's attention, if you were like Mr. Beast or something, right? You could do whatever you want. But that's not what most of us want. Most of us don't want everyone's attention. The person's attention that we want is the person who's going to do the thing that you want them to do at the end. That's actually the person that you want to pay attention. Okay, so let's do this right now. Think about a post you would like to make. Okay, think about a post you'd like to make on social media, right? Or even a workshop you'd like to do or a webinar you'd like to create. But just think simple post. What's the action that you want your audience or your viewer to take after they watch the video? It might be a simple action, like to comment. It might be another simple action, like to click follow or subscribe. It might be another action, like to click on a link and come to your website. It might be another action, like to book an appointment with you. It might be another action, like to come and buy your product, right? Whatever it is, great, but let's just get really clear about what that action step is that we want them to take. Because the clearer you are about the action you want them to take, then the better you're going to be at designing a post presentation. And then as you make that video, right, as you write that copy, It's going to be top of mind. This is what I am going to have them do at the end. And it subtly changes everything. Okay. Now that we have established the action, now we can go back up to the beginning. Okay. Now we got the action. Now we're going to go back up here to attention, right? So it turns out that most of what grabs people's attention online has to do with words. Okay. And it turns out that certain words and phrases grab attention more than others. Okay, in front of me, I am holding up two bills. Okay, so if you live in America, you know what these are. It's a $1 bill and a $100 bill. Okay, what's the difference between these, everyone? Put it in the chat, right? What's the difference between these two bills? Right, I got 100 and a 1. What is it? What's the difference between these? 99, buying power, the numbers, the value, the worth. Okay, some zeros, the image, bigger picture, nothing physically, different presidents. Yeah. Well, I mean, look at these two things, right? They're basically printed on the same paper. They're the same size. They're printed in the same place. I think they cost like a couple of cents each to print. They even cost about the same to print. And yet, if I go to the store, I can buy 100 times more with this one than I can buy with this one. The difference is the message that's printed on the paper, right? It's the numbers and the words. And I use this as an example because it turns out that the words and the phrases that you use are the same. Some words are what I call $100 words, and some words are what I call $1 words. Most of us are not sitting and thinking, what are the $100 words? What are the words and phrases that will grab the attention of the person that I want to ultimately go and get to take action? All right. So another way we could call these words, we could call them emotional hot button words. All right. So I'm going to give you some pairs of words right now. I want you to go to the chat and I want you to tell me which of the two words is the emotional hot button word. Which one of the words has more emotion value? Okay. I'll give you two words, fish or shark. Which one? Good. Shark. Excellent. All right, I'm going to give you another pair of words or terms. Legal expert, lawyer. Which one has more attention-grabbing emotion value? Exactly. Lawyer. Good. All right, I got another one. Affection or sex. Which one is going to grab your attention? I saw one person write affection. They need a hug. Okay. Okay, got it. But the point I'm making here is if you're sitting down and you're going to write a headline, okay, or you're going to create the opening phrase of your presentation, and it has something to do with fish, if you could figure out how to get sharks in there and you could say the word shark with an exclamation point, you are going to get way, way, way more attention. All right. So let's say that we're making that green shake. Okay, let's say that we're going to make a little video that's a 5-minute video, and I want to teach you my wonderful green shake recipe that I make every morning that gives me, energy and helps me be healthy. What are the words that I want to write, right, in the title of that post? What are the first words that I want to have out of my mouth, right? I want to say things like energy. I want to say health. I want to say instant energy, right? I want to say something that has everyone that's reading through there say, ooh, instant energy. That's what I want to pay attention to. Okay. So when you sit down, now you know what your action is that you want your prospect to take, right? Your audience member to take at the end. You're keeping that in mind. Now you're going back up and you're asking, okay, what are the emotional hot button words that I can put in my post, in my headline, on my thumbnail, so I can grab that person's attention immediately? Yeah? Okay, so we talked about attention. What's next? Interest. Okay, interest. Now we got to pull them in. I grab their attention, but that does not mean that they're going to take action. Doesn't mean they're interested at all, right? So now we have to kind of transition into interest. So how do we get interest? Well, I'll give you a few different ways you can do it. One is you can tell a story. All right. Stories are inherently interesting. People love stories, right? They've been used for thousands of years. If you've got an interesting story about how you created the thing, stumbled upon the thing, like what your recipe is. So, for example, if I say, here's how to make a green shake and get instant energy, okay? And then we say, a few years ago, I found myself tired and sluggish, and I was getting sick a lot, and I was going to the doctor all the time, and I was gaining weight, and I couldn't figure out what was going on. And I stumbled across this article that talked about the highest nutrient greens. And I became fascinated because I realized I wasn't eating any of these greens. And so then I went and I took all of these different high nutrient greens and I put them in the blender and I made myself a shake and I started to feel amazing. Okay. So what kinds of stories, by the way, do people love? Right? We love stories. It's the hero's journey. That's the story we like. We like someone that started out, they went through some challenges, then they eventually conquered, and now they've come back to bring us the elixir, they've come back to bring us the wisdom. Other things that we can do to build interest are to give what they call value bombs, which are basically little insights, all the way through. We can also give quotes. A lot of people who are making social media videos, they've got the kind of too perfect kind of syndrome, where they got to like make everything look perfect. They can't say any challenges that they had and so forth. I think it's really useful to talk about mistakes that you made, talk about how you learned whatever the thing was, speak about the breakthrough that you had. All right. So what's the most fascinating thing that happened on your journey or that you learned? Right? Tell that little story of discovery, right? Of discovery of the nugget of wisdom. If you're making a video about how to get your dog to stop barking, tell the story. Say, one day Spot almost jumped out the door and bit the mailman and everybody was freaking out. And, the dog was barking at everybody and I was afraid they were going to hurt someone. And then I picked up this newspaper from 20 years ago that I found in the attic, and I couldn't believe it. There was an article there from some dog trainer that had this secret, and I went and I tried it, and Spot stopped barking at the mailman. Right? We love stories of discovery. So tell a story and pull me in, and if you can, talk about how you went through a challenge. It's not interesting to watch some, super buff personal trainer who's got a six pack and big muscles and everything come on and say, let me tell you how you can get in shape. Just do what I do. And then like shows some impossible workout. What's really interesting though, is when, this buff personal trainer comes on and says, hey, I want to show you how to get six pack abs. By the way, I used to look like this. And then you see a picture of them when they were out of shape and dumpy and depressed, right? And they're talking about how they went through challenges. That's actually really, really interesting. And it doesn't even have to be a very long story. I mean, you can say all of that in one sentence. Okay, so interest, pull me in, connect with me, relate with me. The next step after interest, right? So we got your attention. Now we're building some interest. We're giving you some value, right? What's our next step? Desire. Okay, desire. And this is really, really important because most people don't realize that until someone is feeling desire, until they're feeling motivation, right? Strong emotion, they're not going to take any action. Okay, so write down emotion equals action. No emotion, there's going to be no action. So we got to build up that desire. All right. So how do you build desire? Well, one way you can do it is you can talk about how they can get results, they can get an outcome that they didn't even know was possible before. And they can do it faster, easier, lower hassle, lower risk, right, than before. And the way to really think about desire is to just make a list. Just write out what's everything that my clients want and what's everything that they don't want, right? So what's everything that they want to achieve and what's everything that they want to avoid. So if you're going to make a green shake list, right, you're going to sit down and write, all right, let's see. Green shake can double your energy. I can get lots of nutrition. I can avoid getting sick, right? So we can talk about the increased energy, the increased health, the increased vitality, and we can also talk about, right, the avoidance of feeling sluggish, getting sick, looking bad. Once we make those lists, then as we get to this point in our post, we can say, I really want you to make this green shake because it's going to help you to have more energy and it's going to help you to stop getting sick and so forth. All right. So when you talk about all of the good stuff that they're going to get and the bad stuff that they're going to avoid, this is what builds up the desire and the motivation. All right. And then finally, where are we going? Action. Now it's time. Okay. Only after we've gotten their attention, their interest, their desire, do we actually get them to take action. Now, here's the trick to getting people to take action. Okay. Marketers learned this and advertisers learned it. We have to give them specific, exact directions. Okay. So we don't want to say, like and subscribe this video. We want to say, you see the red button right under this video? Click it to follow me. I'm serious. Okay. We don't want to just say, let me know what you think below. We want to say, underneath this video, there's a box. Please go in there and type me a comment. Right? The more specific we can be, the more likely it's going to be that people take action. And this one, this one tends to make a lot of people nervous because they're like, what? I can't talk down to people. I don't want to insult my audience and so forth. It's not about that at all. Most people are just busy and they want to know exactly what to do. Down in the description below, scroll down, you're going to see a link. The link says, click here to download my free book. Go click on that link. It'll take you to my website. Just put in your email and I'll email you my book and you'll have it in a couple of minutes. And then you can open it up and you can have all of my recipes for green shakes. Does this make sense, everyone? Specific. Now, let's go back a little bit here and we're talking about action. So if we're making, let's say that, I do a lot of marketing. Maybe who could tell that I maybe know a thing or two about marketing? Okay. So I kind of tend to go that direction a little bit, but let's say that you just want to make a green shake video for your community, right? Let's say you just love all your friends and you want to say, hey friends, I want to teach you how to make a green shake, right? So you come on, you say, hey, I want to show you how to make my green shake that'll double your energy. It'll help you stop getting sick. It'll help you lose weight. It's really helped me, right? And then maybe I tell a little story about how I was sick and tired, and then I had a breakthrough. I learned about nutrients and so forth, and then I started making this green shake and I lost my weight. Totally fascinating. Okay. Now, when we get into this desire piece and then we get into the action, we want to say, here, let me show you how to make this shake. Okay. And I really want you to make one of these because it's going to help you to have lots more energy. When you get to the action step, if you're going to be giving them something like a green shake recipe or teaching them how to do something, try putting it into steps. Try having there be at least 2 or 3 steps. Step 1, go and get these 5 greens. Go and order kale, chard, spinach, bok choy, and broccoli. Step 2, put it in the blender with a scoop of protein powder and 1 apple. Step 3, add a cup of ice and blend for 1 minute. Enjoy. Okay? There's about a quarter, a third of the people in the world, that's actually the style that they learn in. They need the step-by-step, step 1, step 2, step 3, in order to do something, or they'll never do it. So if you can, give them a couple of action steps. Give them at least 2 or 3 action steps to take to stop their dog from barking at the mailman, or make the green shake, or write a new resume, or whatever you're teaching them about how to do. So very specific, and show them if you can. All right. Step 1, step 2, step 3. And then for extra credit to get them to take action, summarize the whole thing again. Even after you've taught them how to make the green shake, you gave them the action steps, you showed them how to do it, then summarize it all again and say, now go and make this green shake right now You're going to love it. It's going to taste great. And then notice how much energy you have over the next several hours. Okay. And then make one of these every morning. It's going to help you lose weight. Enjoy. Okay. Now, further than that, I really recommend that the action step, after that be get them to like, subscribe, follow, come to your website, sign up for your email list, sign up for your webinar, right? Give them a next step after that. But if you just want to create a social media post for your audience, awesome. Okay. Okay. Now let's talk a little bit about prompting and generative AI, because the reason why I spent the time going over the model with you is because your prompting is only as good, okay, as your understanding of what you're trying to do. Okay. Because I could sit down and I could just say, make me a video script for a green shake, and it'll make me one, but that's not my green shake. And that's not my stuff. And I don't know, is it grabbing attention, right? But if you know what you're asking for, okay, and if you know specifically, then when you go to do the prompting, you can be very clear about what you're asking for, all right? And generative AI is the best communication teacher that there is, right? It's so miraculous because you just type something in and then it does whatever. But most people are missing, they haven't looked closer and realized if you really get focused, if you're really clear about what you want, the quality is way, way, way better, okay? So we want to take that extra 5 minutes, okay, to really specify exactly what we want and exactly what we're trying to do, all right? Now, I've created a prompt that we're going to use here, all right? And it's based on kind of roughly around AIDA. And what I'm going to do here is I think we've got someone who's a volunteer / victim who I'm going to work with live here. And if we've got that person, I'd love to maybe bring them up here in about a minute. And what we're going to do is we're going to make a script for a short social media video, like a 5-minute social media video, using the prompt that I created. And then also, I'm going to show you how to use a really wonderful platform to create a beautiful presentation, right, as well, that we could use with our social media, okay? All right, awesome. And so if we've got our guest there, please go ahead and bring them up. And let's see, I'll talk. Oh, round of applause. Excellent. All right, let's see here. Speaker. Oh, okay. Hey, greetings.
Hi,
Hey, what's your name?
Stephanie.
Hey, Stephanie. Evan, great to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
All right, so here's what I'm going to do. Have you used ChatGPT?
Yes,
Okay,
quite a bit.
wonderful. I'm going to use good old ChatGPT, okay, so everybody can follow along. And I'm going to use this prompt, which I've got here. And for everyone else, we're going to try to drop that in the chat for you so that you can follow along and kind of fill in the blanks. Now, everyone, please pay really careful attention with me as we do this prompt, because I'm going to be asking questions and I really want you to get this. It was Stephanie, right?
Yes.
Okay, great. All right, Stephanie, so let me read this to you, okay? So I want to make a 5-minute social media video that gets the viewer to pay attention, then take action. I am, and then we're going to describe you, and I want to make a video for, and then I want you to describe your ideal audience, like who we would make this for, okay? And then it's going to be about how to do something, and you can pick whatever you want it to be here, all right? Then I also want to say I want to include these steps, and we're going to put your steps here. And then at the end of the video, the action I want them to take is, and then we're going to have you tell, do you want them to follow, like, subscribe, click a link? And then we're going to ask it to please build on this and write me a 5-minute video script that will be valuable for anyone watching. Okay, so that's where we're going here. So first question, Stephanie, is how would you describe yourself? Would you describe yourself as relative to the video that you want to create here?
So I am the founder of an online resource directory for behavioral health services.
Great. Of an online resource directory for behavioral health services. How do you describe yourself? Do you call yourself a coach, a consultant, a teacher?
I Probably all of the above. I work closely with people and family members in the behavioral health field. So I would say all the above. Definitely a consultant on how to find resources, teachers on how to discern the different services that are out there.
Great. So I put all that in there. All right.
Mhm.
So I'm the founder of an online resource directory for behavioral health services. I'm a coach, consultant, teacher, and I want to make a video for. Now, tell me about who would be the ideal target for this video. And keep in mind, we want the perfect person for you.
Yeah. So I actually have two. I have the member side and I have the end user side. So I think I would like to start with the professionals that actually provide the services. So I'll be looking for clinicians, the licensed clinicians,
Okay, licensed
psychiatrists.
clinicians. Okay.
Yeah, clinicians, psychiatrists,
Psychiatrist.
mhm,
Okay.
treatment centers. So those like inpatient, outpatient services, interventionist, and then
Interventionist.
yeah, interventionist.
Okay. Can
And
you
then
see this, by the
social,
way, on your screen?
I can, yes, thank you
Okay,
very
great.
much.
Just want to make sure that everybody's following along. You see what we're doing. There's nothing, no smoke and mirrors here. Okay, great.
And social services.
Great. All right. So then what do we want to make this video about? What's the topic that would be really useful for them in, let's say, a 5-minute social media video? They would watch it, it would get their attention, they would learn something, and they would say, ah, that is great.
Okay. So my resource is a online one-stop resource site for all things behavioral health. So it's a niche market where they can come in and list their services. So really in the end, what I want them to do is to sign up and create a listing on my platform.
Okay, so how to create a listing
Yes.
on my platform.
Yes.
Okay, great. So I want to include these steps. Okay. Now, here's the thing. When we're talking about the steps, I want to have you put in here something that teaches them something valuable. Okay. All right. So we're going to make a video here that has some educational value and then walks them into the steps.
Okay. So when we speak on that, could it be something that is particular to my platform that makes it different from the other types
Sure.
of directories
Absolutely.
that are out there? Okay.
In fact, let me just put that right here. So I'm going to say what makes my platform unique is, and what is it?
Okay. So they have the ability to post certain types of content particular to their programs and services. So videos, podcast, events, articles. They're able to post jobs. We also have a robust review system, which is different from a lot of the behavioral health directories that are out there. And we also have a I guess the ability to be able to be on my platform is very particular and secure. So we have, I don't know if that's something that we would put out there right away, but there's a verification process. So just not anybody can be on the platform.
Wonderful. So I just put in here, what makes my platform unique is they have the ability to host certain types of content, particular to their types of services, videos, events, podcasts, articles. They're able to post jobs. We also have a robust review system, which is different from others out there. The platform is also very secure. I want to include these steps. Okay. So what are the steps? What are the 2 or 3 steps that they need to take to come and sign up?
Okay. So they would have to go to my website and sign up.
And would that be like click a link in the post?
Yeah. So yes.
1. Okay. Click the link in this post. Great. Step 2.
select a category, their professional category. So whether they're a treatment center, interventionist, therapist.
A treatment center. What were they?
Interventionist.
Interventionist.
Yeah. And
Or-
therapist.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great. And then
Okay.
at the end of the video, the action I want them to take is, now, we already said what the kind of action steps are for you. So a lot of people are going to make a social media video. The steps to do the thing that they just taught are kind of different than what the person ultimately wants them to do. In your case, they're kind of the same, but let's just talk about this again here. So at the end of the video, the action I want them to take is, do you want them to eventually like become a member?
Yes.
And pay you?
Yes,
got it.
eventually. Yeah.
Okay. Become a member
Mhm.
and then eventually pay me. Okay, great. So let's go through this again here. So I want to make a 5-minute social media video that gets the viewer to pay attention, then take action. I'm the founder of an online resource directory for behavioral health services. I'm a coach, consultant, teacher. I want to make a video for licensed clinicians, psychiatrists, treatment centers, inpatient, outpatient services, interventionists, and social services about how to create a listing on my platform. What makes my platform unique is they have the ability to host certain types of content, particularly to their types of services, videos, events, podcasts, articles. They're able to post jobs. We also have a robust review system, which is different from the others out there. The platform is also very secure. I want to include these steps. 1, click the link in this post, select a category, whether they are, for example, a treatment center, interventionist, therapist. At the end of the video, the action I want them to take is to become a member and then eventually pay me. Please build on this. Write me a 5-minute video script that will be valuable for anyone watching. Ready?
Can I back that
ahead.
up instead of putting the pay me? Because really my goal is to create a platform robust with ethical treatment centers with content that's valuable to those seeking treatment, to be able to, educate themselves from people that are actually in the field. So can we
Great,
flip
of
that,
course.
or-
So at the end of the
Okay.
video, the action I want them to take is to become a member.
Become a member, create content that's going to develop a robust platform of content for the end user to be educated on behavioral health services and resources.
Okay. The action I want them to take is to become a member and create content that will develop a robust platform of content for users to get educated about behavioral health services and resources. Yes?
Yeah, I guess treatment seekers, I guess
And treatment
that'll all speak to itself
seekers?
at the end. Yeah, instead of users, content for, yes, perfect.
Good? Okay, great. So everyone, I'm just going to stop for a minute and kind of come back out here to talk to everybody here. Okay, so I want you to notice that
Perfect.
this is kind of speaking to everybody, I'm a real stickler on making sure that we get as many specifics in here as possible, okay? The more we can do this, we're kind of getting the AI to go from all of the knowledge in the world to cut down, get clearer and clearer and clearer. We wanted to know who you are, and we wanted to know who your audience is, and we wanted to know that what you want them to do and the actions they're going to take. And there's more stuff you can put in there. Whatever you want to put in there is fine. I just wanted to kind of keep it at that intermediate level where everyone can understand. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to prompt. Okay, so literally this is just ChatGPT, right? And here we go. Here's a tight, conversion-focused 5-minute script. It's structured to hook attention, agitate a real problem, present your platform as the solution, clearly instruct action, end with direct call to membership. 5-minute video script. If you're a licensed clinician, psychiatrist, treatment center, interventionist, or social service provider, this is going to matter to you. Right now, people are searching for behavioral health services every single day. They're looking for clarity. They're looking for credibility. They're looking for someone they can trust. The question is, when they search, do they find you? And if they do, does what they see actually reflect the depth and quality of your work? Most directories produce providers reduced providers to a name, a phone number, and maybe a short bio. That's not enough anymore. Behavioral health is complex. Your services are nuanced. Treatment seekers need education before they take action. And professionals deserve a platform that reflects their expertise, not just their contact information. If you're relying only on word of mouth, insurance panels, or outdated listing sites, you're leaving visibility, authority, and impact on the table. That's exactly why I built this platform. It's not just a directory, it's a secure professional ecosystem built specifically for behavioral health services. Here's what makes it different. You can host content tailored to your type of service, whether you're a treatment center, therapist, interventionist, or outpatient provider. You can upload videos that explain your approach. You can post events and workshops. You can share podcasts and articles to educate the public. You can post job opportunities within your organization. And we've built a robust review system designed for credibility and transparency, not anonymous chaos. This platform allows you to build authority, educate treatment seekers, position yourself as a trusted expert all in one place. It's built with security and professionalism in mind because the field requires it. Think about this strategically. When someone is searching for help, whether for themselves, a loved one, or referral, they don't just want a phone number. They want reassurance. They want clarity. They want to understand your philosophy. They want to see how you show up. Content builds trust before the first phone call, and trust is what derives action. If you're serious about impact, reputation, long-term growth, you need more than a static listing. You need a living presence. Here's how simple it is to get started. All right, so Stephanie, how are we doing so far?
Amazing. That's amazing. It's amazing. Okay. Thank you.
Excellent. Excellent. And can everyone see how it's filling in the blanks and just making this inherently interesting and crystal clear because it understands exactly who her ideal client is? Who's seeing that? Just wave your hand at me here. Okay. So we'll just skim over the rest here just so we can get a sense. Step 1, click the link in this post. 2, select your category, whether you're a treatment center, therapist, psychiatrist, interventionist, inpatient program, outpatient service, social security. Step 3, create your profile, begin building your content library. Add an introductory video, articles that explain your specialty, upcoming events, podcasts you've appeared on, career opportunities. You don't need to do everything at once. Start with one strong piece of content and build from there. The goal is to create a robust educational presence. As a coach, consultant, educator in this field, I've seen how fragmented, okay, blah, blah, blah. We want to help it, get easy. Call to action. If you're committed to advancing behavioral health and expanding your professional presence, now's the time. Like everybody noticed, desire. Click the link, select your category, become a member, start building your content. Let's create a platform that truly educates, connects, and elevates behavioral health services. I look forward to seeing your listing live. And then if you want, I can also do these other things here. Okay. So are we in a good shape here, Stephanie?
That's perfect. And can you send that to me after this?
I'm sorry, that's extra. Just kidding. just kidding.
I'll pay for it. It's okay.
What I'll do is I'll send it over to Dean and Tony's team and they'll get it to you. Okay.
Perfect. Thank you.
Okay, great. Now we're not done. Okay.
Okay.
We are not finished. So I'm going to do this. We're going to keep prompting because my favorite part is now coming. So what I want to do, everyone, is I want to show you how to turn this into a beautiful presentation, a visual presentation very quickly. And all the work that we just did of understanding the kind of framework and then doing the prompting and then getting the outline, if we could turn this into something really beautiful very quickly, wouldn't that just be the icing on the cake, right? Because we live in a very visual world right now. So watch what I'm going to do here. Okay, so we're going to go back to Stephanie's prompting, and I'm going to put in here, I'm going to say, turn this into 10 tight slides that I can show with this presentation. Okay, 10 tight slides I can show with this presentation. And what it'll do is it's now going to make 10, right, tight little slides here. Got it? So as she's saying it, she can just show these beautiful slides one after another, right? So the summary is right here. Nice. Okay, great. Now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to copy this whole thing. And in ChatGPT, I can just go down to the bottom. And right at the bottom here, there's the little copy button right there on the left. So I'm going to click copy. Okay, so I just copied that last bit. Now I'm going over to a platform called Gamma. Okay, and it's at gamma.app. Okay, this is not an affiliate link or anything else. You can sign up, you can use the platform. They've got a free version that I used for a long time. Okay, so it's just called gamma.app. When you log in, you're going to get a page that looks just like this. Let me just check here, just for my own curiosity. Who's used Gamma before? Anyone used Gamma? Okay, only a couple of people. Okay, great. Well, you are about to have a huge amount of fun. All right, so I'm in Gamma. Again, this is just straight up normal Gamma. So we can generate, paste in text, generate from template, import file. I'm going to click on paste in text right here. Okay, so there's the paste in text. And then it says type or paste content here. And I'm just going to go paste. Okay, so here are the slides that ChatGPT made for me. By the way, Gamma will also make you slides, but ChatGPT is so powerful, I like to use it and then go put them in here. Now, you see there's the beginning, what ChatGPT said, good slides. So I'm going to just, hit delete on that beginning stuff. And then at the end, I'm going to hit delete there just so it's just the material from the slides. Slide 1, slide 2, slide 3. Okay, cool. And then I'm going to scroll down here and I'm going to go preserve this exact text. Create using your text exactly as you've written it. And so now I'm going to go to continue to prompt editor. Now, once we've input all of this stuff here, okay, it's now showing here are all the slides that it's going to make. Okay, so this is all just all of our content that we put in. And then you can add optional instructions, right? We can pick themes here and so forth, right? So there's a whole theme selector, right, that we've got. All right. So we'll just pick that one for now. We'll just pick Gamma. Okay. So all I did was paste it in there, picked my theme. Now I'm going to click generate. Now, Stephanie, watch this. Can you see?
I can.
Okay. Watch this. So it's now building your slide deck real time. Okay. With design. Now watch what else this is doing. I'm going to scroll back up to the top. Okay. So well, it usually goes a little faster than this, but you'll see where there's over on the left here, where there's the kind of spinning circle. In every place where there's a spinning circle, what it's also doing is making custom, one-of-a-kind graphics for your presentation. Original graphics based on the content.
Love it. That's amazing. Yeah.
Unbelievable, isn't it?
Yeah, it's crazy. It's funny. Timing is everything. This is exactly at the point that I'm at. We were getting ready to launch. And this is, I just bought a green screen and a camera and the mics and, you know, I've been struggling over this part of it. So this is huge for me right now. It's
beautiful.
Great.
I am so glad.
Yeah,
I'm so happy to hear
you.
that. And it sounds like what you're making is important. Yeah, and beautiful. By the way, everyone, you see up here, you see it says theme. Okay, so this is a particular theme. I can just click on this theme up here at the top where it says edit theme. Let's say I want to go dark theme. I can just click Gamma Dark and watch what it does. Boom. Nice. It goes right through the presentation, changes the whole thing. No more goofing around with each slide in PowerPoint, trying to figure out how to get the type and all that stuff. You know, if you want a more simple, kind of thing, click here, boom. New fonts, right? Keeps all the graphics. Excellent. Stephanie, thank you so much. Really appreciate you. I'll make sure and send these over so that you can get them from the team, okay?
Thank you. Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you, everyone. Thank you so much. Let's see. What did you learn in the chat? Everyone, what did you just learn? AIDA. Lori says, you are amazing. I will totally take that, but hopefully you're talking about AI because AI did a lot of it there. Yeah, good. Oh yeah, who said not to be afraid? Who said that? Somebody said not to be afraid. It scrolled by. But that's exactly it, everyone. Don't be afraid. Get in there and use this stuff. Okay. Mara says, I can toss PowerPoint. Yes. Yes, you can. Because guess what, by the way, inside Gamma is unbelievable. If you don't like the picture, you can just right click on it or click on the little button and say, I want a different graphic and here's what I want it to look like. Or if you want to rewrite some of the text, you can prompt and so forth. Yeah, great. Yes, Amy says, be clear about what I want my client to do. That is exactly right. Good remembering. That's where we're starting here. Okay. Karen says, I've never been able to make slides before. Well, you're going to make slides today. Okay. You literally, if you will just go and do this, you will have slides in 10 minutes and they will be beautiful. Okay. Thank you for all the compliments, everyone, and all the love. I really, really appreciate it. All right. Any questions? Got 6 minutes here. If you got a question, just drop it here into the chat. I'd love to take any question that you have. Okay. All right. Maria says, I did my own video while you were doing this example and it blew my mind. I would have never done this without you. Yeah, bow to you. Good job taking action, Maria. That's what I wanted to do here, is get you to take action. All right, cool. Any questions? Okay, Jen says, can you use Gamma to create social posts using the script? So here's the great thing. Gamma is actually super powerful. It's already got like a multi-billion-dollar valuation of the company. They're just crushing it. You can actually do everything inside of Gamma. You can just go into Gamma and just say, I want a prompt, and then you can put the prompts in there and it'll even generate all the content for you. I just prefer to use something more like ChatGPT or Claude because they're just a little more powerful, cutting edge usually in my experience, but you can totally do it right inside of Gamma. Absolutely. Yes, gamma.app. Gamma.app, A-P-P. Okay. Or you can just go to Google and type in Gamma AI and it'll take you right to it. Yeah, it is. It's a game changer. Absolutely. Let's see. Can this interface with or replace a website? So this is going to make you a PowerPoint presentation, basically. Okay. And then you can export it as a PowerPoint and or export it as a PDF. It'll export. I've helped people make like PDF handouts, right? So you can make like a handout for a workshop or a presentation. If you want to make a website, that's going to be more sophisticated. Okay. You're going to need to get another tool to do that, but go look up how to, turn a presentation into a website, and there are tools to do it. And if you can't figure out how to do it, if you're not techie enough, like seriously, just jump on Fiverr, get a Fiverr account and find someone who builds websites, and then use something like this to make something like what you want, and then give it to them. And then they can use these tools. Okay. Let's see. How are you using the Gamma in social media? Okay. So Barbie, what you could do is you could take this presentation right here and you could make a video where the video is the slides. Or you could make a video where it's the slides and then you put your little video in the corner. Or you could make a video like, for example, here, let me just do this here. So you can get a Zoom account, okay, and you can do this. All right, so here, now I'm going to click on present right here in the browser. Okay, so there we go. So now you've got me on one side, and then you got the presentation on the other, and I can just start clicking through it. And look at that. It's even got beautiful transitions that are already in there. So I can just fire this up and, start recording and make a video. All right. So that's how you can make a social media video. It's how you can make a webinar, a workshop. You can do just about anything here. Okay. You can go live on Facebook and just, start broadcasting. Let's see. Alex asks, would you recommend using Gamma over asking ChatGPT to generate slides as images? So I really want you to go and have some fun. Go experiment with this kind of thing. Go try it out, right? What does it cost? It costs an extra copy and paste to see how does it work out. Do I like the one that Gamma made? Do I like the one that ChatGPT made? Sometimes I'll take a prompt, right? And I don't know how it's going to work. And I'll just open up Grok and I'll open up ChatGPT, and I'll open up Claude and Gemini. There's even systems that will do all of them at once, and I'll just put it in and I'll see what the answers are. The speed of this stuff means try more things, experiment more. You don't like the presentation you made in Gamma. It doesn't like call your mom up and say, Steve made a horrible presentation today and it's up on our platform. Do you want to come see? Right? If you don't like it, you just click delete and you start over, Yeah. Okay, let's see. Can we include pictures of our team product with Gamma? Yes, you can. Great question, Gene. I didn't mention that. You can just grab your own images and just drag them in there, and it's really super simple and easy to use. All right. Yeah, thank you, everyone. Thank you for your compliments here. Yep, you can use your own photos. Yep. Yes, Cynthia, Gamma is a paid service, but when I first signed up for it, they had a free level. I pay for it now, whatever, 10 or 20 bucks a month. I mean, it's just an absolute ridiculous bargain to be able to, like just the time savings, unbelievable. I think they have a free level. Let's see. Okay, so how to create videos using the script. Can you suggest some AI tools? One of my favorite things I've been using lately is a tool called Speechify, which will turn any written text into spoken. And I've just been using it like crazy because what I do is I'll do some prompting, I'll learn something, I'll get some ideas, and then I'll say, turn this into a spoken word essay. And then I'll just literally copy and paste it into Speechify. And then you just press play and it'll start playing it. And then, when I'm out exercising, I can listen to the things that I've created. Everyone, that's exactly top of the hour. I love you guys. Thanks for playing big. You made my day that everybody's really in there and making stuff happen. Stephanie, thanks for also for playing big. I'll take these and I'll send them over to Tony and Dean's team, and I'll make sure that you get these. All right. Everyone, have an amazing rest of the day.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. That was an amazing training. Did you guys see how his unique workflow and his experience in this industry, decades of experience, come into the way he uses ChatGPT? And we love that because, everybody's going to use it a bit differently, but we have these events so we can expose it to these experts who bring a lifetime of experience into these tools, And I want to contextualize one thing and leave you with an extra resource that should help you, especially if you're interested in Gamma here in a second. By the way, we'll be done in like 2 minutes, but just wanted to say that, the experience that Eben has and all the marketing that he has been working on and learning about over the years and obsessing over avatars and all of this, it all feeds into his prompts and the way he works. And the way he coached Stephanie there through the process is what that can turn into in your own experience. And as you saw, most of that training happened inside of ChatGPT, but all of a sudden we kind of took the side turn and we went into Gamma, right? And some of you might be asking hey, Igor, didn't you share, and isn't Dean sharing all the time, hey, all you need is ChatGPT? Well, that is true if you're in your first, let's say 10 to 20 hours. I think everything you want to do is inside of there. And I think absolutely you should build your base there. You should learn how that works. You should learn how to get your wins there. But is there better tools than ChatGPT to create presentations? Yes, there is. There's Gamma. We looked at all of them. It's our favorite one. We talked with Evan beforehand, and he's like, yeah, totally aligned. It's the best. So that's why we wanted to show it to you. We even created a guide within the community. Moderators can quickly link that. For anybody looking to learn more about Gamma, this was a super quick look, and Evan showed you the workflow from A to Z without any previous knowledge, right? It was so simple. But if you want to learn more about the interface and some hidden functions in there, I saw some questions like, can I put a template in there? Can I have my corporate colors in there? Can I have my brand colors in there? How do I set that up? We created a guide for you that guides you, that shows you the different features in there. We'll put a link in the chat. We just published it in the community just now. You can find it in the Learning Center. A great supporting resource when you go and explore, which I hope you do. And to round things out, and thanks again, Eben, that was amazing. And Stephanie, thanks for working along. I think that was really, really helpful. Great to have you, Stephanie. One more thing before we round this out. I just wanted to say about the community. Right now, I'm here in Phoenix with Dean and the entire AI Advantage leadership team. We're really asking ourselves how to serve you guys in the best possible way. We're tackling that question from every possible angle. And, it's too early to give some details, but we've come up with some incredible, incredible improvements for the community. You can expect more guidance, more hand-holding, more of a clear path on how to progress through AI. I realize that, we launched into this and we're creating a lot of high quality guides and resources, but we're getting to the point where there's a lot. If you open up the Learning Center, you're faced with dozens, if not almost 100 different things to look at. It's a lot, I realize. And you're not alone in feeling that it's a lot. It's our responsibility to guide you through this, and we're taking our responsibility seriously. So right now, we're really conceptualizing how to make more clear paths, a cleaner onboarding, cleaner education. You can expect more videos, more video courses. You didn't hear it from me, video courses. You'll get more in here very soon, more guidance. But in order for us to do that well, I have one ask. We put together a little form. It's just 5 questions. You should be done within a minute. But if we could link that form below, it's a few questions about the event, how you enjoyed the event. But eventually there's one key question, which is why I want to share this, which is what topics would you like to learn more about? You guys are the core here. You guys are the most engaged. I think there's roughly 5,000 people in this live event right now listening here as I go 5 minutes over. But I would love to hear from you personally, like what is a topic in AI that you would like to explore more? And then we'll consider that in our planning and strategy. And then within a month or two, expect some big quality of life changes to how the community looks and how it feels for you. We're dedicated to getting you time back with all this AI stuff, whether that's in chat, whether it's in Gamma, whether it's with experts like Eben, or whether it's you experimenting and simply asking chat, turn this into a presentation, and then putting it into Gamma and saying, turn this into a presentation, and then comparing both, as Eben suggested. I think everybody should do that, get a bit of a feeling for it yourself, and we'll guide you along the way as we get there. With that being said, check out the form. Make sure to fill that out, literally 1 minute, and that's it. That was another masterclass. Thank you so much, everybody, for attending. Thank you so much for joining us. See you next month. And yeah, expect some changes. It will be so good. All right. Have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.
Thanks, Igor. Thanks, everyone.
Thanks,
Have a good
everyone.
day.
This feeling I can't live without. It's a shame on me, I'm a fool for the melody. This is our party, and this is where the beat goes down. Feel the music on the stereo. As we let the rhythm take control, we're gonna dance like we don't care. Keep on popping bottles like we're millionaires. Yeah, we're just getting started, living for the weekend. Whoa. Shame on me, I'm a fool for the melody. I don't wanna stop right now. All I need is a drum with a heavy beat. Hit me with that future sound. It's time to let go. We're not going home. This feeling I can't live without. So shame on me, I'm a fool for the melody. This is our party, and this is where the beat goes down. This is where the beat goes down. Let's make this night unforgettable. Making memories we won't recall. One more song is never enough. We ain't gonna stop when the sun comes up. Put the night on replay, 'cause we never wanna lose this rush. Oh no. Shame on me, I'm a fool for the melody. I don't wanna stop right now. All I need is a drum with a heavy beat. Hit me with that future sound. It's time to let go. We're not going home. This feeling I can't
Live your life within the moment, moment. And don't go wait until the morning, morning. You never know when it is over, over. All that I know is we'll get older, older. So let us dance this night away. Our bodies move to the groove and the light that flickers. We get lost in the crowd, it's getting thicker. We get away from the drinks and chatter. Haven't said a word, but it doesn't matter. Feel the air get thinner. Standing in a blurry dream. No one else can see us. Live your life within the moment, moment. And don't go wait until the morning, morning. You never know when it is over, over. All that I know is we'll get older, older. So let us dance this night away. Feel the air get thinner. I'm standing in a blurry dream. No one else can see us. So let us dance this night away.